been off down to the local tip shops or reuse shops, whatever you want to call them. I picked up one 3-phase motor and one single-phase motor. Both of them are not working, so well, yeah, a couple of bucks each, and if they're unrecoverable, I'll just strip them down and use parts, or yeah, get them going if they work. So this motor is a 3-phase motor. It would need 3 phases to run as is. This here is a single-phase motor. Now, what's the difference, you might ask? Well, that's the difference. Underneath there, you're going to have a capacitor, and that capacitor, for want of better terms, creates a fake 3rd phase. It's 20 UF, 440 volt at 50 Hertz. So essentially, a 3-phase motor and a single-phase motor basically are identical. Now, they might be built slightly differently and different sizes and different capacities, but this here, this is the main difference. Now, so when I picked these motors up, open them up the first time and take this cover off. So this cover sits on, just sits in there. Okay, it's a pretty old motor. On the back, it does state that it's a single phase motor and that it runs on 50 Hertz, basically 240 volts, because we're in Australia. When you get down to it, you open up the back. Now, these motors were supposedly not serviceable, not working. They were basically, someone's just junked them and chucked them down the tip. They found their way into the reuse shop. But we'll have a look in the back here. Having a close-up look in here, so we've got our wires go in. Where are we? Okay, our wires go in through this hole into this little enclosure. Now, later model motors, stuff that's newer, has either got a strip or they're probably a little bit easier to set out, easier to work out. But this is okay. So what I'll do is I'll just do a quick wire up of this thing, and we'll see how well it works, if it works. So that's how this motor should be wired up. It's time now to test it. Now, if you're doing this, be careful. Do not touch these terminals. They bite. Okay. We'll just turn the other camera back on now, and we'll do the first test of this motor and see if it does work. All right, so the battery on my big camera's died. Back to using the iPhone. All right, so I've just made a mark on here with my trusty paint pen. Just use that all the time for all sorts of different stuff. Just put a mark on it here, so we'll be able to see if the motor actually starts. So here we go, the moment of truth. See if this motor will run. Now remember, do not touch that capacitor. It'll bite you. Yes, great switching equipment. And there it goes. Took a moment to start. So I'm thinking that maybe that capacitor's a little bit sad. So I'll just try the other one on it. Just do a quick move around. Okay, so we've got this capacitor, which is it's brand new. Never actually been used, so it should be pretty damn good. Oh, if I can get them off. Doesn't matter which terminal you go onto, it doesn't have a positive or a negative. Just don't put them to the same one, it just will not work. So, if I can see it, I'll just go, plug one side in there, plug it onto the other terminal, just let that dangle. Alright, so we can see that. So we'll try this motor again. It took a little bit to start with the other capacitor. Let's see how it goes with this capacitor. Still a bit slow to start, but it does start. Quite happy with that. You know, for $2 or $3 or whatever I paid for that, it was, you know, it was absolutely bugger all. I've got a perfectly good working single phase electric motor. I don't think the capacitor's anything wrong with that capacitor. I might just try maybe moving the phases around. Maybe I'm just out of line a little bit. Maybe I'm trying to start on the capacitor which won't work. So I'll just change the wiring around a little bit and see how it goes.